納豆ある？
あるわけないでしょ。
Windbreaker Season 2, Episode 5 began with the stylized scene of Haruka Sakura walking a tightrope. He said this was the only way he could prove he was himself, adding that he can't fall off no matter what, since no one would ever save him. He furthers about everything he'd gotten used to, clearly a metaphor for how society had ostracized him and convinced him of what life was. However, he realized that this wasn't the only path in life, and began longing for other means of living. A plant was seen blooming as he said this, with focus shifting to his classmates at school that day, wondering if he'd show up. Sakura then arrived, with the others happy to see him. Akihiko Nirei then realized something was wrong, and asked him what it was. Sakura remained silent as a stylized scene of him preparing to jump off the tightrope appeared. Remembering Hajime Umemiya's words about jumping into friendship with everything he had, Windbreaker Season 2 Episode 5 saw him enter the classroom. He then explained to everyone how he had grown accustomed to living life on his own and thought it was what he had to do. He added that he took out his frustration on them for not being able to do everything himself, apologizing while calling himself weak and lame, and saying they should be disappointed in him. As Sakura jumped off the tightrope, he apologized to the others for the trouble he may cause them, like with what happened the other day. The others were silently shocked at this, with Kyotaru Sugishita interrupting by kicking Sakura's back and forcing him into the classroom. This inspired the others to jokingly hit Sakura while telling him to stop speaking like that. They all made it clear that they knew who he truly was all along and considered him their friend anyway. In the stylized tightrope world, a faceless Sakura was seen on the ground, with the darkness replaced by a white light. He saw Hayato Suo and the rest of his friends nearby, who helped him up off the ground. Windbreaker, Season 2, Episode 5 saw Sakura comment on how light his body felt and how easy he could breathe, shocked that a place like this existed. He said he wanted to stay here, as focus returned to reality. Suo reaffirmed what they all had been saying up to that point, with Masaki Anzai saying they were all hanging out together as a group after school. However, something seemed to be bothering Nirei, which Suo realized and pressed him about. Nirei shrugged it off, but there was clearly something wrong. Focus then shifted to the group's hangout after school, where they flooded Kotoha Tachibana's restaurant to eat. Windbreaker Season 2 Episode 5 saw Sakura apologize to Kotoha about yesterday, shocking her to the point she thought he still had a fever. The others then tried reciprocating Sakura's confession to them, sharing all the lame parts of their personality. Suo then took the opportunity to drive home that everyone was like Sakura in having a weak or pathetic side. He added that likewise, it's nothing to be embarrassed about since everyone was like that. Suo followed this up with a joke about being scared of pastries, when Nirei revealed that he actually hated natto, or fermented soybeans. Suo tried playing it off, but it became obvious that this was the truth. Sakura then began laughing over the struggle that ensued, which stopped everyone dead in their tracks as they turned to him. He grew embarrassed likewise, prompting the others to laugh, while Kotoha mused on how right Sakura was to choose Furin after all. Windbreaker Season 2 Episode 5 saw Umemiya arrive at Kotoha's restaurant with Toma Hiragi. The former wanted to join in the fun, but the latter forbade it after his interference that morning. Tasuku Tsubakino was also with them, waving at and making eye contact with Sakura as the trio walked by the door. Focus then shifted to the group back at school sometime later, with Umemiya ordering those who didn't have errands or patrols to gather on the rooftop. Hiragi explained there was no purpose other than ensuring the teams had a chance to fraternize with each other despite their divisions. Sakura then ran into Tsubakino, shocked to learn that they were actually male. Tasuku Tsubakino then began gushing over Sakura's overall looks and aesthetic, with the latter making a good impression on the former by being accepting of them. Tsubakino then introduced Sakura to his vice captains, Seiryu and Uryu Sakaki. Windbreaker Season 2, Episode 5 then saw Tsubakino say they were in love with Umemiya, with Sakura shocked by the affection. Tsubakino confirmed this to be true before calling him innocent and thanking him for reacting so straightforwardly. Tsubakino and the Sakaki brothers then departed, with the former asking Sakura on a date as the episode ended. And that wraps up Windbreaker Season